Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm here with SVENSKEREN after that TSM win. And you have had a pretty impressive week so far for yourself. You had a good showing yesterday. You got some Player of the Game honors today. I want to ask you, how do you feel about the current state of your jungling and how you're doing with TSM?
So ever since we got DOUBLELIFT back in the team, I feel like I've been able to play a lot better because just of the way his shot calling works, and he actually just knows a lot about the game, so I don't have to focus as much on other things, so I can just focus more on myself. And just my comfort pick is Lee Sin right now, so I can just, every time they give it to me or whatever, I can play it, then it's pretty easy, I guess, because yeah, I just know the champion so well. So yeah, once they force me on other picks, then maybe it's going to be harder.
Are you surprised the teams keep giving you the Lee Sin? Because you have put up so many impressive performances on that champion.
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed by it because I kind of want to learn other champions, like the stage experience. So it's kind of bad if we don't pick it because then we wouldn't really be trying our hardest to win. But yeah, I kind of wish I could play more like other champions for the practice.
Now, talking about trying your hardest to win, you guys have quite an obstacle in front of yourselves next week with the schedule. TSM going up against both Immortals and Cloud9, the current #1 team in Summer Split, as well as your longtime rivals. Talk to me about how the team feels heading into this upcoming week.
Yeah, so Immortals looks really good right now, and we lost to them last time we played, so we obviously want to get revenge on them again or whatever. But yeah, I think we've improved a lot since last time, and we should be able to beat them. And Cloud9, yeah, I don't know. I think we should be able to beat both.
All right, sounds like you guys got some high hopes for that one. Now, one more thing coming up on the horizon. 2 weeks from now, you guys are going to be heading to Rift Rivals, face off up against some EU teams. What's the preparation like going into that? Is this a victory goal for TSM? Are you guys looking as a growth opportunity for this? What's on your minds thinking about Rift Rivals?
I mean, I don't think we didn't really focus so much on it yet because it's during LCS, so I think LCS is maybe a bit more important because Rift Rivals is just like a random tournament kind of. But obviously we're going to go there and try to do our best for NA, and I don't know about the other NA teams, but I know TSM is going to be really strong at this tournament.
Well, here's wishing you guys the best, both here in the NALCS and heading into Rift Rivals a couple of weeks from now. But we're going to go ahead and toss things over to the analyst desk to hear some more. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Captain Flowers. TSM closing out the week in 2-0 fashion. Another 2-0 match victory here over EchoFox. And at the beginning of the split, people are talking about, giving them time to shake off that rust and return to form. Well, sitting at 6-2, they're looking pretty good in terms of being well on their way to returning to form.
Yeah, they're 6-2, but they also have the least amount of game losses out of any team in the NALCS round right now. They've only dropped 5 games total, so it's complete opposite of what it was last split.
Right.
They had a bunch of game 3s. They're very clean right now in terms of closing out 2-0s against a lot of the field.
Right, so to clarify the point, for example, Immortals, although having a better match record, actually has lost more individual games than TSM this split.
And even now, their match record is better by 1 match, right? People thought the sky was falling because TSM started off 1-2 in their first 3 matches.
Oh my goodness.
But then, right, look at where we are now. The team is actually 6-2.
And that was during the time where we didn't even know Immortals was going to be this good. So
Exactly.
one of the early losses comes against Immortals,
That's
and
a
we're
good point.
thinking, oh, God, how can TSM be losing this team? And it's like, oh, well, it turns out they could arguably be the best team in the league.
Yeah, very much so. But let's look at how TSM crafted this victory here against EchoFox. And a lot of it comes from that bot lane duo of BIOFROST and DOUBLELIFT kind of finding their synergy again and starting to do work in those 2v2s as opposed to just hanging on.
And I think you have to give a lot of credit to BIOFROST setting up these plays. He finds 2 really, really nice hooks to get some solo kills for his lane there, and then plays this really well when DOUBLELIFT walks up to the far side of the knockup, and he throws the lantern to that side, being able to pull him to get in on this all-in. They play it out from here very well, making sure to avoid any traps that Caitlyn's putting down to get the kill. Second one, a little bit easier this time around, but still a really nice hook into chain CC combo, getting their 6s earlier.
Yeah, and Gate used the grand entrance to try and escape there, and Keith walks into the hook. So mechanical misplays kind of across the board for EchoFox too, but definitely, I love watching that bottom lane play against Rakan, because they were the first ones to bring out the Tom Kench against it, and every time they would walk away from each other, they would eat the other one, and then that play right there where DOUBLELIFT is playing against the Rakan and avoiding the grand entrance, he has really good reactions, and it seems like he knows exactly how he should step to get away from those engages.
Absolutely. Again, though, it's not like TSM is without their faults, and I think what we found throughout this game is that they left themselves open to many picks across the map, and that's really what extended the game time here, is that EchoFox was able to mount, you know, pick after pick after pick in side lanes and in the jungle.
And AKAADIAN did a really good job all game. He had the really early path to get up for first blood onto HAUNTZER, and then he got the second kill at 10 minutes. Now he's picking off people in the side lanes, getting angles on them, using the new Rek'Sai pretty well to be able to chase down a Cassin who traditionally had no problem getting away from a Rek'Sai. So you get to see them comboing well as well with the Talia, getting these walls off, and overall it's making it very difficult for TSM to execute their 1-3-1 comp.
Yeah, and I feel like this game got really kind of hectic after around these parts, because that Baron that went over to TSM later on, they had no business really getting. Like, Fox had a lot of control over that area. They wanted to back and like reset for the bottom side of the map. But then that Baron got started up, and it was like the EchoFox started the Baron incorrectly, they gave it over to TSM, and then even the steal and the contest wasn't appropriate either.
Right, exactly. I mean, I think that's a huge point, right? Is this game still likely could have gone for many more minutes and perhaps have gone the other way if not for that Baron secure from TSM. But hey, that's the nature of League of Legends. Sometimes you misclick, you know, sometimes the smallest misposition or mechanical misplay can cost you the game.